thought at all about what it's going to be like playing your old team? Is that something that's what does that mean? I guess you've already played them this year. About being up there and what that'll be like.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll just be another game. It'll definitely be weird. Obviously, I was there for a whole year, but yeah, I played them once. Obviously, I love the girls, but at the end of the day, when we step on the court, it's the same as the rest of them.
There's a lot of folks on the team that are connected to Seattle or that program. You know, Alexis played there, Katie's from Seattle, Trey played up there. What's that kind of like that, you know, there's a lot of you with connections to that place going back up there trying to kind of separate that with an important basketball game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a special game. Obviously, Katie's from up there, so she'll have a lot of family there in Trey. So I think, if anything, it'll be nice because we'll have some families and stuff. I know my whole family's going to be up there as well. So I think it'll just be a fun environment for sure, just a good competitive basketball game.
This game, it really means a lot, and I guess just reflect on the fact that you're in a situation where winning or losing this game may impact NCAA tournament chances and just the significance of being in a place where you have that opportunity to play a game and multiple games going forward that have that kind of stakes.
Yeah, I think we all know what's at stake going up there. But at the end of the day, we're going to prepare the same way and treat it like the rest of the game. Just come out and not make it too big to where like we get anxious and nervous about what it, you know, where it could place us, not only in the Big Ten tournament, but in March Madness as well. But just understanding that it is an important game, and we need to be locked in and focused on the game plan when we go up there.
Is there anybody on the roster that's like a bracketologist that like is really on top of like seedings for conference tournament or NCAA tournament, or most of you guys just?
I mean, yeah, like I keep up with it. Like I know we could go from like 6 to 10 right now, and then I've seen like the bracketology for March Madness that we're like a 9 or a 10 seed, and we've been really I think in like 2 or 3 different regions. Just, you know, so, you know, we're just going to prepare the same and knowing, like, we can control, you know, this game, but we can't control after that. So just taking care of business and understanding that, you know, it could go a lot of different ways, but we can control our own destiny right now.
Yeah, when you go into, like, game mode or practice mode, I'm sure you're focused on, you know, details, things like that. But how fun is it, too, to just be on your phone and be looking at a bracket projection that says Oregon?
I'm not going to lie. It's pretty cool for me. Like, I've never played – I've actually never played in a postseason tournament, not even a league, because my freshman year we had COVID, and then after that they cut it down. So basically only I think top 8 teams went, and we were always on that bubble and just never made it. And I've never played in March Madness, so yeah, it's pretty cool to see that. And you know, obviously you're trying to zoom in and look and see Oregon. So for me, it's really cool, pretty special.
Do you think, Ari, is that something that the team is kind of? Well, not specifically necessarily Peyton, but just the fact that a lot of you guys haven't played in these big moments and just trying to get to that. Does that feel like a carrot kind of at the end of the season here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to play for as long as we can, you know, into March. And like she said, I've never been to a March Madness either. And it's kind of crazy because growing up, you always make the brackets and go and play and watch. So I think it's just a crazy opportunity that we're in right now because we got a chance to go a long way.
Ari, how are you guys kind of using this week? You have the week off, you know, between the Rutgers game and the Washington game, and then the conference tournament, and then you're playing almost every single day. How are you kind of using this week to get ready for this last kind of run?
Yeah, I think, you know, we're just practicing hard and focusing on the little details. I know in postseason, those are the things that really matter. Obviously, we've been playing a bunch of games now, so just trying to put the little things that maybe are just a little open-ended together, and then yeah, just working hard and remembering our goal as a team and just trying to execute that.
Katie and her family, and obviously that's, you know, she's been through a lot this year. Do you have a sense for how that might impact her at all on this trip? Is you going to talk to her about that? You just got a sense for?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's going to hit close to home, being back up there, you know, with the circumstances. And, you know, I think the best thing we can do for her is try to keep it as, you know, normal as possible and just keep her in routine. And, you know, I'm sure she's going to feel a lot, and, you know, we can just be there for her and, you know, have her lean on us. But at the end of the day, that's probably she's going to spend time with her family and her people up there and, you know, feel a lot of it. But all we can do is just make sure we're there for her and just try to keep it as everyday normal as possible.
Peyton, we were talking with Coach about this. You've had your fair share of injuries, obviously, both last year and this year. Mm-hmm. So after all you've been through, what does it mean to be on a team that's where you guys are right now and looking towards a tournament like this?
Yeah, it's a huge blessing. One that, once you go through those injuries and endure some hardship, you just continue to grow and understand that, it can be taken away from you any day. So just being grateful, being present, and just, yeah, extremely grateful to be on this team with these girls. I love them and know that the end is coming, it is near, but, just continue to play for them. But, yeah, just super grateful, super blessed.
How do you answer Coach's charge that you turned 30 yesterday?
I'm gonna just leave that be. I'm getting there. It feels weird. I turned 24. It's kind of weird to say. Still feel like a little kid. So, age is just a number. I believe that.
You're here.
We haven't talked to you, I don't think, Peyton, really much about the injury, and I know you're maybe not comfortable getting into the details, but just like what were the emotions around this season and whether or not you could play and not play, and can you just kind of take us into what was going on with you personally in that kind of period of time, if you're comfortable?
Which one? When I was out this year?
This year, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just like you said. I've had a lot of minutes on the body, a lot of wear and tear on the body. So some of the instances was just, we know we were gonna go into postseason, and what's kind of not worth it, but where can you kind of give and take? And I again, we talk about depth all year, knowing that the next person's gonna step up, and it's not the same as last year. So with this year, it's just being cautious to a fault, kind of to a point. And then kind of towards the end there, we were just waiting to get that brace for just more like reassurance for me. And after that, it's been good. Everything's been good and healthy as it can be.
Ari, Coach was talking about Peyton's toughness coming back from the injury last year and then dealing with the situation in midseason. What was your perspective on just like kind of her toughness, character, what's allowed her to come back in the manner she has?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, obviously Scotty's just an inspiration. She, it takes a lot to get her out, so I know obviously when she's out she has to be, but yeah, it's just a testament to her toughness and just her want to be on the floor for us, for her teammates, and obviously she's, one of the best leaders I've seen in the game, and I'm just grateful to play under her and just be able to watch that and take that, for my journey and like learn from it. And yeah, I think I'm just grateful to have her, and she's amazing and she works hard, and it's like I'm just happy she's here for right now. So yeah.
You feel like you're kind of, I'm not going to ask you like what percent of health you are, but you feel like you can kind of feel some level of normalcy the way you've been playing offensively the last couple of games in particular sure stands out, but kind of how would you assess just where you are right now in terms of that part?
Yeah, I mean, I think I speak for everyone right now. No one's 100%, even in the beginning of the season, no one's really 100%, but you can give 100% of where you're at. And like I said, I feel like I'm in a really good place right now. I'm confident, I'm comfortable. Yeah, I'm just, like I said, that brace kind of gave me more like reassurance and just stability with where I was at and confidence. So going to the postseason, I see no issues coming.
That last Washington game was big. It helped you guys, I think, rattle off 3 out of 4 after I think a 3-game losing streak. And Deja, I think, scored the last 7 or 9 points of that game and is averaging over 20 points a game over the last 4. What do you think about that? Those last couple minutes really helped springboard her specifically and just kind of this team over this last stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it today about, I think she made a comment about like Saturday's March 1st and how, it's the best time of the year. And I think that's when, leaders really step up, and that's what she's doing. She has experience, in postseason and late in the season. So she's kind of been that anchor for us. When we need a bucket or when it gets down the stretch, just knowing that she's capable of stepping up and she has that confidence too. And we have full faith in her that she's going to make every single shot that she takes, and she's going to make the right decisions, and we're going to be right there to back her up along the way.